afternoon, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversations with Ancients. I'm kind of feeling ancient today.
Are
Hi, I'm
anxious.
Priscilla, and this is my friend Heather, and we are the Crones.
My mom used to say occasionally, says, usually it's fine, but some days I feel as old as Methuselah.
Some days.
Some days.
Well, how are you? It's so weird that we're both in Colorado now, but in different cities.
And we still can't get together.
I know. It's so
I know.
crazy.
I can see you being moved before I even get to see you. That's not right.
I know. It's ridiculous. There's just so much going on up here right now with the family, and
Yep.
Emma has her second hip surgery tomorrow, so
Yes.
It'll be busier than ever. But the first one turned out great, and that's terrific, and she's doing really well. So yay for that.
Yes. Good.
I know you did cards today. What do our cards look like today? Oh, I'll
Okay.
put this up. Everybody, we're talking about asteroids and astrology today. But while Heather's doing her cards for the show, I'll stick that up there.
Yeah. Isn't that the coolest picture, guys? I think it's so cool. Anyway, when I was shuffling, and I was going to deal out, but that's not the way I normally do it. And then the first card I picked up was this one, which is called Power.
Power?
Power.
Okay.
And it means to look inside yourself because you have the power.
Yes.
I never pulled any more than that. I stuck them all back together and said, if I'm supposed to have that card, I'll pick it back up again. Anyway, so I picked them up normally, and this one was the first one, and it's up, which means it's time to look up and do the things. Quit looking down at all this crap that's going around us. Okay.
Right.
So it was saying, after I got looking at both of these cards, they're kind of interchangeable. You have the power, but if you're looking down instead of up, it's going to hinder it.
Right.
If you're looking up, sometimes your own power, not looking inside yourself for it, is going to hinder you.
Right.
So you need to keep sure that you're looking inside for yourself, and you're also looking up to where we're going, not this crap that's down below. So they're almost interchangeable. And while we're doing these things, our spirits are still being, it's called sexuality, and I'm sorry, there's a lot of green in it. We're still being creative in our spirits. We're still making things and putting things the way we want, and manifesting and things like that. And our humans are still thinking in terms of fairy magic. We're seeing all this stuff around us that's happening that we didn't know was going to be happening. Or even if we did, we're still kind of surprised. Look at that. Because there's so much stuff going on.
Right.
But what they were saying is that when these two things conflict, the power and looking up and not forgetting to look inside, then you might need to ask for assistance. Ask your friends. Ask this group. Ask whoever.
Ask your guides.
Ask your guides. Ask your angels. Ask Source. And you'll find that your voice is back. And you're saying what you want to be saying again. You're doing what you want to be doing. You're sending out the messages the way you want to send them. So if your power and you're looking and keeping things up and elevated start conflicting, ask for help, because they will help you get everything straight and be back to normal.
Oh, I like that.
So
today we're going to talk about asteroids and astrology. Asteroids are kind of new to the astrology charts. Only in the last few years have we started picking up on the asteroids. And they're
when I took it, that we only talked about Chiron, and I had to buy books on it because they only had just a little smidgen. And they never talked about any other asteroids.
Right. Yeah, Chiron's the only asteroid I ever knew of. So what is an asteroid? It's a minor planet, an object that is neither a true planet nor a comet that orbits within the inner solar system. They're rocky, metallic, or icy bodies with no atmosphere. Hi, G. Covington. Welcome today. Nice to see you here. I'm going to take down the slides while we talk. Okay, come back, remove. Okay, there we go. So if you guys didn't get a chance to see our last show on divine grace, it's a beautiful show and well worth the watch. And I hope you'll go back and take a gander at it, have a look at it, and tell us what you think. Also, last Saturday we had Sun Psychic Jean on, and we talked about our favorite goddesses, and that was kind of a fun show. I hope you'll have a look at that show as well. But today, let's talk about asteroids and their effects on us, and what they are, and who they are, and all that sort of stuff. So, astrology, as you know, is an ancient and complex discipline that studies the movements and positions of celestial bodies and their influence on human affairs and natural events. High hypnicity. Astrology's roots can be traced back to ancient civilizations like the Babylonians, the Egyptians, and the Greeks. Traditionally, astrology is focused on the movement and aspects of the primary planets, obviously the moon, the sun, your rising sign, and the primary planets such as Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. But we want to talk about the asteroids we're encountering as we move through the photon belt for the first time in approximately 12,500 years. Hey, Amanda Carroll. In the last few years, astrologers have incorporated more of the celestial influences of the asteroids into our natal charts. What's interesting about the asteroids used in astrology is that most are named after female deities and embody their feminine aspects, which is obviously a counterbalance to the planetary pantheon where all but the moon and Venus are named after masculine deities.
And if you look at that, it's kind of like we're going from male dominance towards more equal. And
exactly. It's like that the divine feminine aspect is coming in to balance
balancing
divine masculine.
And I hadn't realized that until we did the research. So,
hi, heavenly blessed honey. I want to show you guys a slide real quick. It takes 26,000 years for us to go through a complete cycle. And right now you can see that we're entering this
donut.
What's the photon belt? The photon belt, the asteroid belt. And we're going to be bombarded by all kinds of asteroids. Of course, there's thousands, but these are the most important one. And you can see where our solar system is, that it's coming into this 2,000 years of light after we've been through 11,000 years of darkness. Yay, it's about time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take that part down.
Okay, so like the planets, the asteroids in astrology were named by those who discovered them, and the astrologers imbue them with archetypal meanings based on their mythical namesake.
Archetypal.
Okay, I said it.
Hard.
Archetypal. Okay. For example, the asteroid Ceres, named after the Roman goddess of fertility, agriculture, and motherly relationship, signifies the way we protect our offspring. Is it Hygeia?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the asteroid Hygeia, named after the Greek goddess of health, reflects our relationship to our own well-being. And we interpret the planets of our birth chart by seeing which zodiac signs they occupy when we're born. And we can work with the asteroids in astrology to determine the same. Asteroids are celestial bodies that orbit the sun but are considerably smaller than planets. The majority of them are found in the asteroid belt between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. The most commonly used asteroids are Chiron, Ceres, Pallas, Juno, and Vesta. And each asteroid represents different archetypal energies and aspects of human life.
All right. Hi, Sonia. Awesome. We love your new name. So the inclusion of asteroids in astrology has been met with varying opinions. Skeptics argue that the significance of asteroids lacks empirical evidence and scientific basis. Proponents of asteroid astrology believe that their inclusion enriches the complexity and depth of astrological interpretations. They believe asteroids, with their specific archetypal energies, add psychological depth to astrological readings. Astrologers can provide clients with a more nuanced understanding of their personalities, challenges, and potentials. Including asteroids can serve as a tool for personal empowerment and self awareness. By exploring the influence of asteroids in their chart, individuals can gain insights into areas of personal growth and healing. I like that.
More details. Intersectional astrology acknowledges that each person's identity is a complex interplay of various factors, including gender, race, and sexuality. The use of asteroids can add a layer of intersectionality to astrological readings, enabling astrologers to offer more inclusive and relevant interpretations. In an astrological context, asteroids, although small, are thought to have profound effects on individual destiny, spiritual journeys, and personal characteristics. In particular, asteroids located in certain positions in the personal natal chart can provide specific and detailed information on issues such as character traits, emotional reactions, relationships, and life path. The relationship between planets and asteroids is similar to the relationship between the main instruments and the subtle background melodies in a symphony.
I love that. I think that's a great explanation.
Yeah. And while planets have distinct influences on general character traits, emotional states, and general directions of life, the asteroids deal with more specific and personal items.
For example, Venus represents love and relationships, while the asteroid Juno focuses on the finer details associated with marriage and fidelity. These fine details of asteroids make them particularly valuable in astrological analysis. The positions of these small celestial bodies provide detailed and personal information about specific events, challenges, and opportunities in our life. Therefore, asteroids in an astrological chart can reveal previously unrecognized aspects of an individual's character and life path. The use of asteroids in astrological analysis not only helps us understand personal character traits and potentials, but also sheds light on an individual's journey of spiritual growth and personal transformation. Yes. The information provided by the asteroids allows us to explore ourselves on a deeper level and understand the complex dynamics of life.
It's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like the planets are the outline and the asteroids give you the little details underneath it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we're going to talk about Chiron. Do you want me to read that first and then the rest of this? Sure. Okay. This was first identified in 1977. The Chiron planet orbits around the solar system between Saturn and Uranus. Chiron shifts constellations every 1 to 9 years. Unlike other aspects of
Isn't that odd that it could do that 1 to 9 years?
Yeah.
How does it change? I think that's really odd. It must be a real elliptical.
I don't know.
It'd have to be an elliptical orbit.
Yeah, so it could do that. Unlike other aspects of astrology, Chiron doesn't follow a strict, rigid schedule in each zodiac constellation. The planet hangs out in a certain constellation for at least 1 year, but it spends an especially long time in Pisces and Aries, often 8 to 9 years.
That's wild.
Chiron represents the deep wounds of an individual's life and how to overcome these wounds. I used to call it the one that hurts you to heal you. And I got to tell you, and I won't live there again, but where I lived on the farm with my first husband, Chiron was a direct line right across it.
Yikes.
Yikes is right. And this asteroid symbolizes the individual's capacity to draw strength and wisdom from their deepest wounds, like your husband dying, as well as how we can use this wisdom to help others heal.
I like that.
Yeah. On the basic asteroids, Chiron is probably the best known, the wounded healer. Named after the centaur Chiron in Greek mythology, who is known to be a great healer, but when wounded, ironically, could not heal himself. In astrology, Chiron reflects the biggest wounds we carry throughout life. Whether the actual sorrows we've experienced or the personal narratives that leave us feeling inadequate, understanding our pain point is powerful. Not only does it help us make more peace with them, but also it gives us the capacity to help others who have similar pains. I have a story with this. I mean, we had some friends, and about 2 months after my husband had died, her husband died. And it was very difficult, but I was up there every single day with her because she had a very, very rough time. I did too, but she would listen to me and wouldn't listen to anybody else. So I was there.
Helping
Anyway.
each other. You were helping each other to heal.
Yeah, trying to help her deal with it. And yes, each other. So our wounds become the foundation of our healing gifts, our ability to be empathetic and help others manage grief and restore their well-being. It's like you listen to the person who's had the experience. Chiron's position in a chart revealed the traumas the individual experienced, how he coped with them, and what kind of transformation he experienced in this process.
Cool. Next, we have Ceres. Italian Giuseppe Piazzi discovered Ceres on January 1st, 1801, while he was searching for a star. It takes approximately 4.6 years for Ceres to make one revolution around the sun. As Ceres orbits the sun, it completes one rotation every 9 hours, making its day length one of the shortest in the solar system. Ceres is located 450 million kilometers from the sun, and it revolves around the sun in an orbit between Mars and Jupiter. Its placement in one's birth chart is connected to how one's behavior is in the practical world, the relationship with their child, and how one processes sadness and loss. Ceres is named after the Roman goddess of agriculture, fertility, and motherly relationships. It's one of the larger asteroids depicting the life cycle of fulfillment, loss, grief, rebirth, and transition. Its placement in one's birth chart is connected to how one's behavior is in the practical world, the relationship with their children, and how one processes sadness and loss. According to Roman mythology, Ceres' daughter, Proserpina, was kidnapped by the god of destruction and rebirth, Pluto. After much negotiation, it was agreed that she would be returned to her mother for the 6 months of the year, spring and summer, and be sent back to Pluto during the winter and fall months of the year. As such, Ceres is connected to the life, death, and rebirth of cycles of nature, along with grief and separation. The zodiac sign Ceres occupies will show how you nourish yourself, and its house placement will reveal where that energy shows up in your life.
Yep.
Cool.
And then another big one was Pallas, also known as Pallas Athena. And in 1802, Pallas became the second asteroid ever discovered, named after Pallas Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom. Pallas orbits the sun every 1,680 days, which is 4.6 years. It's the symbol of intelligence, strategy, and justice. This asteroid represents our problem-solving ability, sense of justice, and artistic talents. In your birth chart, the zodiac sign Pallas occupies where it is, will reveal how you strategize, and Pallas's house placement will expose where that narrative manifests. It's named after the Greek goddess of war, Pallas Athena, and it's associated with strategy, intelligence, and skill. It's born from Zeus's head in a full suit of armor, and Pallas wielded much power as a shrewd warrior, creative intellectual, and skilled craftsman. Pallas represents creative intelligence, problem solving, strategic thinking, determination, grit, talent, tenacity, and the fight for justice. And in your birth chart, Pallas sheds light on the strategies that you use to fight for things you believe in, your style of problem solving, your unique flavor of creative and critical thinking skills, and the ways in which you assert yourself. Just as Pallas often worked with her brother, your Pallas placement can also provide a nuanced perspective on your relationship to the men in your life and how you tap into your innate masculine energy. In your birth chart, the zodiac sign Pallas the zodiac sign that it occupies will reveal how you strategize, and Pallas's house placement will expose where that narrative manifests.
Next is Juno. Juno was discovered on the 1st of September, 1804 by Carl Ludwig Harding. It was the third asteroid found, but it was initially considered to be a planet. It was reclassified as an asteroid and minor planet during the 1850s. Juno, or Hera in Greek mythology, was the Roman goddess of marriage, childbirth, motherhood, family, and home. Hera was a very important goddess in both Greek and Roman cultures. She was a wife of Zeus and hailed as the queen of gods. A strong position of Juno in a person's chart indicates a search for deep commitment and justice in relationships. The epitome of femininity, Juno is also associated with Hera in Greek mythology, who is the deity of childbirth, family, marriage, and purity. It is about the nature of a person's intimate relationships and the qualities they seek in a life partner. Juno has a complex history in classical antiquity and embodies many different feminine archetypes. Jupiter, or Zeus in Greek mythology, was a notoriously unfaithful husband, and much of Juno's story revolves around the dynamics of their fraught relationship. Despite Jupiter's affairs, Juno remained faithful and devoted, and accordingly, Juno's layered archetype speaks to commitment, loyalty, sacrifice, and betrayal. Juno was a nuanced and multifaceted individual, maintaining roles as a devoted wife, dedicated mother, protector of the Roman state, and political figure. Juno's placement in your chart and the sign it sits within will reveal how Juno expresses itself, and the house will expose where that energy shows up in your life. And next we have Vesta.
Vesta, I used to know somebody with that name. Vesta was discovered by at Bremen, Germany on March 29, 1807 by Heinrich Wilhelm Olbers, who had previously discovered Pallas. So it's named after Vesta, the Roman goddess of the hearth and household. Anyway, Vesta is associated with spirituality, innate personal power, wholeness, responsibility, devotion, passion, sanctuaries, and isolation. Vesta symbolizes what you wish to devote yourself to, what you hold sacred, and what warms your soul. It's the piece of you that is pure, whole, and eternally true. It illuminates how you feel your passions and feeds your spirituality. It's also known as Hestia in the Greek mythology. and it's named after the Roman goddess of the hearth, home, and family. Vesta symbolizes the Vestal virgins, who were responsible for maintaining the flame of the city. Resources of light and fire in the Roman empires were so scarce, so Vesta was worshipped and adored in her ability to maintain the eternal flame at the temple of Vesta. Vesta is associated with spirituality, innate personal power, wholeness, responsibility, devotion, passion, sanctuaries, and isolation. It symbolizes what you wish to devote yourself to, what you hold sacred, and what warms your soul. It's a piece of you that's pure, whole, and eternally true. And it illuminates how you feel your passion and feeds your spirituality. What is it that makes you good? And again, the zodiac sign in the house Vesta occupies within your natal chart will reveal how and where the asteroid shows up in your life.
Yeah, they weren't clear on that.
Yeah.
Okay, next is Hygeia. In mythology, on 12th April 1849 in Naples, Italy, astronomer Annabelle de Gasparis, age 29, discovered Hygeia. It was named after the Greek goddess of health, daughter of I can't say it, Asclepius, and in
Yeah.
honor of the ruling family of the kingdom of the Two Sicilies, where Naples was located. Hygeia's domain was preventative medicine, how to care for physical and mental bodies to avoid illness as opposed to curing illness once contracted. Hygeia's archetype marries science and sensitivity. Understanding its placement in the natal chart assists us in making discerning wellness choices. In mythology, Hygeia was the feminine part and the consort of Asclepios, the Greek god of medicine, and a mythological healer strongly connected to the solar cult of Apollo. This asteroid is associated with the concepts of self-care and healing arts. Hygeia rules the health practices and is integrated into medical astrology, but her negative side has something to bring in cases of depression and anxiety at a higher level than usual.
And then we have Sedna. Sedna was discovered in.
That's me. It's still me. Look at look at the page. It's still me.
I missed you somewhere. You are absolutely right. Sorry.
Okay. This is really important. Sedna is really important right now because of who she is and where she is and the effect that she's having on the collective. So Sedna was discovered in 2003, and its elliptical orbit extends far beyond the reaches of Neptune, taking approximately 11,400 years to complete a single journey around the sun. Sedna is associated with the themes of isolation, sacrifice, transformation, drawing from the myth of the Inuit goddess who was cast into the ocean's depths. Sedna is believed to represent deep-seated karmic lessons and unresolved issues that span across lifetimes. It is thought to herald a time of awakening where humanity is called to confront its shadow side and through doing so, embrace a more compassionate and sustainable way of living. Woo! She's really influencing us right now. And I believe Valerie's going to talk about it on our show Saturday, along with the new moon, because of the impact that Sedna is having on us right now. So, named after the Inuit goddess of the sea, Sedna's presence in astrology introduces its mythological significance into astrology. The dwarf planet Sedna was discovered in 2003, and its elliptical orbit extends far beyond the reaches of Neptune, taking approximately 11,400 years to complete a single journey around the sun. Sedna is associated with the themes of isolation, sacrifice, transformation, drawing from the myth of the Inuit goddess who was cast into the ocean's depths. Well, that's pretty much repeated what things say.
So, in other words, the role of the asteroids in astrology is a subject of ongoing exploration and debate. While traditional astrology primarily focuses on major planets, the inclusion of asteroids has added complexity and depth to astrological readings. Astrologers who incorporate asteroids argue that they contribute to a more comprehensive understanding of individuals' personalities, challenges, and potentials. And my point of view is they're right. It does. To me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Maybe it's time to explore the influence of the asteroid in your birth chart with one of your favorite astrologers. And we do recommend Valerie B. of Illumination Portal and Diana Bowles, aka Oil Painter. But they're just two astrologers, and there's a lot of them. And I was going to say, now this is just an overview of them, but if you go online, you can find out what each one means in each house and in each sign, so that when you're looking for the effects that it actually has on you, you can find that information just by going online and looking for it.
That's true. And what I did, I'm going to show, there's something else I wanted to show.
Cool.
Can I make that bigger? Whoops. I can't make that any bigger, can I?
Don't think so.
Okay, let me pull it up here so I can explain what it is, if I can find it here. Okay. So at the top, it's talking about, come back here, where we are. The purple arrow is talking about where we are now and how we're raising from the third dimension up to the fourth and up to the fifth, and how those that don't want to be part of the ascension, they're going to a different dimensional, third dimensional Earth. So what they're showing down here in the blue ball is how our solar system and planet are in the null zone. We've had this 10,500 years of darkness, and we're moving into the light. As you can you see my arrow at all?
Yeah.
You can?
Your arrow, no.
Okay, we're moving into the orange area and into this 2,000 years of light. In the year 2000, we entered the photon belt in the fourth dimension. The photon belt is what ancient Greeks and Roman referred to as the golden age, the era of peace. There were no wars, famine, pestilence, etc., only light. Spiritually, the photon belt is the abode of Christ. The monastic radiation, the radiation and emanation of the Christ. The null zone is the pre-transformational area where the old and archaic will be transmuted or destroyed. We are obviously there because we're watching things being destroyed so they can be rebuilt correctly.
Mm-hmm.
The upper right hand corner represents the new planet Earth for those souls who will not go into the light. As we ascend, they descend and become the new planet Earth. New light forms repeat another 10,000 years of negativity and darkness. I don't want that.
No, well, how come we don't have all? It should be the other way around, the light, the bigger parts.
I agree. So this is a chart that I pulled up, and I'm going to give you the address if I can find it here, that shows on the top right or middle and on the right shows where all the asteroid positions are in my particular chart. So I don't know that I can enlarge that. No, I can't. Okay. So just so you know, you can get this at, where did I get it? Well, it doesn't tell me that where I got it from.
But I know you can get them online.
But I can put the link in because I got the link out of the information you gave me. Let me see if that's pulled up here too. Birth chart generator is, I'm going to copy and paste in here.
And what's funny is that, when I was taking astrology and when I was working it, and I was working it from scratch. In other words, I didn't use any programs. I had to do all the calculations myself, which made sense because you understood where all those calculations were coming from because you had to do them, but you couldn't be off at all. Anyway, the only thing we had to plot was Chiron. I never knew what these other ones were. They never went through them.
But they have so many now. Okay, I've just put in the link in the chat where I got mine, and they had like 60 different asteroids, most of which I'd never heard of. So I didn't. I think that it allows you to do 10 at one time, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Yeah, when I was looking up, they had the 5 main ones that we use, and then there were about 3 to 5. I don't remember, but there were ones that they also named. It's like, here are your 5, and here's what they also ran.
There was a shit ton of them on that website that you haven't heard of.
Yeah.
And I put it in the chat so people can have a look at it. So,
Yeah.
Sharon Sipes, welcome. I haven't seen you in a while. Hugger Greeter TK, how are you? Heavenly Blessed Honey, thank you for being here. Bora Bora, thank you for being here. Amanda Carroll, so nice to see everybody. I hope you enjoyed our presentation and it made some sense to you. And if we've got some time to read some cards if anybody's interested. Would anybody like their cards read? We can do 3-card readings.
Yeah. I hope it helps everybody understand why all of a sudden asteroids are important. I do think they are because they give you details that you kind of guess at otherwise. But
I can't wait to go research after I did my chart. I can't wait to go see what all those, how they are affecting me. It'll be really interesting.
Right. Exactly. And
I don't think I've done that much in previous astrology readings. Okay, hypnicity. Astroseek. Okay, great. Okay, Heavenly, she wants a card. Hypnicity wants a card. Who else would like a card? 3 cards, actually, we're doing. And what is our show on next Tuesday?
Just a second. Let me look it up.
It's okay.
I've been working on it, but
I know that my mind goes blank. It's giving away your power.
Right. And it will include like how you do it, how to know whether you've done it, how to get it back.
Yeah, I'm really want to know how to get it back if I've been giving it away. Okay, I've got cards for Heavenly Blessed Honey and Hypnicity. Anybody else? Hi, Sharon. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you here. So then we have Valerie on Saturday.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's the end of the month already. Valerie is on Saturday. She's going to talk about the new moon. Whoops. Got it. All right. I got Erin, Amanda, T. Lynn, and Miss Nissa. Okay, great.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got Valerie on the new moon in Gemini. I know she's going to talk about Sedna because Sedna is making some kind of big impact right now. And then Monday is Sun Psychic Jean. It's the Wisdom Circle time again. Can you believe it?
It goes fast.
And Sun Psychic Jean is going to talk about auras. I really don't know how to say that very well. Auras. And then we'll talk about giving away your power. And then this following Saturday, we have Juno. So we've got quite a few people coming up. Bora Bora says, Pisces Sun, Cancer Moon, Libra Rising. I'm Scorpio Sun, Capricorn Moon, Taurus Rising. How can I forget that stuff? I've known that for years.
Yeah, I know that I'm Pisces with Capricorn to help, but it doesn't help enough.
Of course it does. You're perfect, just like you are.
Yes, for me, I'm perfect.
Okay, I'm going to use Work Your Light today and the Earth Magic and the Ascended Masters. Woohoo! Okay, so we've got quite a few decks to play with today.
I'm using the energy deck and I forget what that one is. I'll have to look at. And then the fairy gives me fairy tarot.
Okay. Okay, I'm going over to,
The other list.
yes, the starred list. You keep an eye on the chat while I keep an eye on the star list, okay? If you
That's
see
cool.
anybody else that needs to be starred, let me know. Well, I guess I can go over there. It doesn't matter. Okay. Heavenly Blessed Honey says she's a Capricorn Sun, Libra Rising, Scorpio Moon. I saw some other people talking about theirs.
I think mine, I don't think I have my chart with me here. And that's what I use. I'd have to get up to get it, and I won't do that. So anyway. I drew from the 3 decks, and the first one was talking about.
Oh, Sharon, I'm so sorry. Oh, go ahead. She said she
What-
missed a lot of shows taking care of family and 2 funerals this month. Oh, my Lord. Well, sending you lots of love and big old hugs, girl.
Yeah.
And my life path is a 6, I think. Okay, Heavenly Blessed.
Okay.
Go ahead if you're ready. I'm not.
Alrighty. Well, the first card I got had to do with contracts, partnerships. It's probably, not probably, they're talking about legal stuff, but it's not really legal stuff. What they're saying is people that you're doing things with and you're acting as partners, and or you might actually be partners or getting to be there. What they were saying, though, is that what you want to do is make sure you keep the balance between you guys. And one way to help you do that is to look at the past, look at the future, compare them, make sure everything's balanced so you can plan look at the past and the present. That way you can plan your future with the well balance. And if you keep that balance, then that dealing with the partnership or with others that you're working with will always be successful and also feel good to you. You won't get in a position where you're saying, I'm doing more, or why didn't they do that? You want to keep everything balanced, and that makes everybody happy.
Well, I think she needs to play, because what I got, have fun and celebrate. New beginnings are on their way. And the green man says, go play in nature. So we got play in nature. Get your butt outside and play.
And that goes along with the renewal card.
Oh, yeah, because that is renewing.
Mhm.
Because you have this new beginning and you want to be balanced for your new beginning, whatever that may be. So
Exactly.
go out there, get in nature, make sure you play, sing, dance, whatever it takes. Gardening, it doesn't matter. Just go get your fingers in your feet in some soil. Okay. I hope that resonates.
Okay.
And next is Hypnicity. Good afternoon, Hypnicity. Thanks for being here. And by the way, that New Beginning card came up I always pull a card for the show, and New Beginning came up. So I think there's all kinds of new beginnings out there for all of us.
We just need to manifest them. Remember, they said, don't think small, think big.
Think big, outside the box, as big as you can.
Yeah.
I love using 3 different decks.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be a bit of a pain, but it's also easier to tell a story.
Yeah. It is kind of easier in some ways. But I'm just going to flip. Okay. The first card that came up was storm warnings. Clouds on the horizon. It means it might be a little bit of a bumpy ride, but that's because you're going through transformations. Okay, so it's going to be up and down a little bit, but that's because you are changing. Don't forget to consult your heart as to what to do. Okay, that will make the ride smoother. Okay, so you're surfing, but it's, you know, if you weren't surfing, it's going to be really, really bumpy. But like I said, you're going through transformations, and that's a good thing. So don't forget to ask your heart, because the advice that you'll get from your heart is correct. So don't worry about it. Okay, all your answers are there.
Okay, well, I got these two cards that make me think that there's something in your life that is not apparent yet. There's a veil covering the truth of the situation. Align your life was the next card. What is not aligned or that needs to change? And I think it's been kind of, that answer to that has been kind of foggy. Okay. And then the next card is Epona. She pops up and says, use your crystals. You need to use your crystals to find out, to help you figure out what's behind this fog, so that you can align your life for whatever it is that's ahead of you. What is not aligned or needs to change? If you're not clear about that, go inside, meditate on it, and use a crystal to help you get there. I don't know if you know who Epona is, but she is the fairy queen goddess who oversees and protects horses. Temples were built to her in Roman and Celtic eras, where horses were essential to everyday life. And you can call upon Epona for help of any kind, or to help you commune with nature, fairies, crystals, or the environment. So if you're involved in with the elementals, um, Epona can help you make things clear. And I hope that is clear to you.
Sorry. I was going to say, it's surprising how close they are together. It's talking about bumpy road and things not being aligned.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Not weird, it's awesome. Okay, next is Miss Amanda.
Weird is awesome, period.
Yes, true.
Okay, Amanda.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I had two fly out of one of them that said that those are with it. But basically, the very first one said, and it's the King of Spring, which is innovative, inspiring, wise, and theatrical. But your leadership qualities are needed right now. Your skills are good. And when you do that, when you do the leadership part of it, you will have a triumphant success. And part of that success is due to Archangel Gabriel, because he's standing right behind you and helping you to speak your truth, which you really need to do, because you do have, it's the thinking man, but you do have the understanding that's needed So with your leadership, don't be afraid to express what needs to be, and everything will be a resounding success.
Nice. Okay, where do we start? Okay. Spring equinox, a rebirth. We love that it's spring, almost summer, but it's calling for a rebirth. And Anna, Jesus's grandmother, seeding the light, laying foundations of the divine plan. So this rebirth is all about the plans that you're making um, during the spring. You're laying the foundations and seeding the light for the work that you're doing. And then I got a peace offering from White Buffalo, Calf Woman. Such a beautiful card. Whatever um, issues you're having with a situation or another person, it's time for a peace offering. It's time. They're ready to forgive and forget, and you need to be ready to forgive and forget, even if it's about you and no one else, even about it yourself. There's some forgiveness that is necessary. I actually think it's about you. Forgiving yourself for your imagined shortcomings. Just remember, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And all is well. Just be open to negotiations and forgiveness for yourself, I believe. I hope that resonates and makes sense. Oh my goodness, let's see. There was a white buffalo born recently. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, and my son, when he took me home from my granddaughter's 8th grade graduation, we talked about it all the way home because he was thrilled. I think it was the day before is when it was born. So
Where was it born? Was it born in Kansas or something? I'll be darned.
yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Of course, they have bison there, a lot of them. So
Well, it is the prairie where they were in the beginning, so that makes sense that they would raise them. I've seen a lot in Colorado too. I still call them buffalo, even though they're bison.
we even have buffalo. I don't know I forget what they call them, but they're dips in the ground where they rolled around and just packed the dirt.
I don't know what that's called.
Really, I don't know what it's called, but you can walk along and all of a sudden go down and back up again because they were rolling around in the dirt.
Wow.
We used the dirt for like bug control. So.
Oh, wow. Kona came up again.
What?
Sweet. This is a great one.
Oh,
Okay, Erin, I've got the whale that and she's breaching. You know, they spend so much time underwater, and every so often they just got to come up and fly up and let loose and breach. Freedom. And what that little whale is, that little whale, as if there's such a thing as a little whale. Take that leap of faith. It's time to take the leap of faith and go. You go first, the universe will catch you. I think those two cards together are saying a lot. And then comes along our crystal queen, the fairy queen Epona. This says, use your crystals. They're going to help you. And call on her for help with the elementals if you're involved with the elementals. And I assume you are, you wouldn't have gotten that card. But take that leap of faith. You go, girl. It's time. I can't hear you.
Thank you. I had shut it off so you wouldn't hear the card shuffling while you were talking.
No, it's not too late, G. Covington. Got you down.
So anyway, first it said rest and rejuvenation. You need to take a break for a little bit.
Ah, that's what the breach is about, taking a break.
Take a break. Take a break. And then after you've taken your break, remember to speak your truth. This is the throat chakra. And no more procrastination. It says your powers have come for you to make a decision. It's time. And so you have so many. If you overanalyze all your options, it's just going to confuse you. So just make the decision, speak your
Take
truth.
that leap.
Just do it. Okay.
That's great.
It's funny how they
The readings match.
yeah.
Okay, next is Miss T. Lynn.
Yeah. I think it's funny how I start to reach for one card and all of a sudden I've got a different one. Like, nope, that ain't it.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Another two.
I love it. Well, I got a lot. This is really interesting. I got a lake, stillness. Go within, look within, get quiet, and get clear on what it is you want. Pallas Athena comes up and says, detach from the drama. Whatever it is, let that shit go. You don't need it. Detach from the drama. Drama is never a good thing. So here's the stillness. It can also be talking about things under the surface that you can't see. But going within, getting quiet, and looking for that answer, it will come as long as you detach from the drama. And then again, it's time to take that leap of faith and go for what it is that you want.
Yep.
Okay.
And the first card that came up for me was hope. And they were saying, and actually these all go together more than just this. The hope is always, you need to hang on to that. And remember that all work and no play isn't good. So you need to keep things a little more balanced. And don't get yourself weighed down with too much responsibility. Okay. And then these two cards fell out at the same time. And the first one was hostilities. That means there are some people who are jealous of what you're able to do. Just don't worry about it because
It might be the murky water that I had. You know, even though it said stillness in the lake, that can also be hidden
things. That then they're a little bit jealous. They're going, what's going on? Or they really don't understand. And they haven't gotten as far as you, so they don't understand how these things are going on. But this is the angel of strength, and they're saying, don't worry about it. You have the strength that you need. You have your inner strength to carry you on. Okay. So it may be there, but it's superseded by your strength. You don't have to let it get to you. Just keep everything balanced and don't get overburdened, and always keep your hope high. Okay.
Take that leap of faith, girl. Oh, she's got a Yeti. Miss Nis, I love it. I've had conversations with Bigfoot. Bigfoot exists.
your sister would get it from you.
Mhm.
So, this. Okay. Really?
I do not know who Lady Nada is.
Who?
Exactly. Lady Nada.
Oh,
Nada. I've never heard of her. Let's see. Hmm. Okay.
okay. The first card was a man holding a coin, and that indicates that your health's going to be good, money's going to be good, and you're going to get value for what you got. The next three all popped out at the same time, and they were talking about deception and envy,
Wow.
but they recognize you and reward you, and the world's going to be yours. But what I found interesting was the third one said, uh, look to others for comfort and for love, and you're going to be stronger from this situation. So, although it's a pain in the butt to have to go through it, you will benefit in the long run, especially with the world card behind you.
I pulled this card, and this is about a female that has wronged you or upset you. Um, I really get a female that has done you wrong is really what's coming in. Um, but that all that is it's time to let whatever that is go. You have the power. Remember, energy is neutral. It's what you do with it that makes it good or bad. There's nothing you have the power within you to do whatever it is that you need to do. The power is around you. And remember, it's neither good nor bad. It's how you manipulate the power, how you use it as to whether it's for good or bad. And it's time to just say yes to what's being presented to you. Forgive this person that has wronged you, um, and say yes to the power within and make your mark, speak your truth, do what feels right for you because it's all in the cards for you that you can do it.
Mhm.
I hope that resonates. Okay, who we got left? G. Covington. This is the last card reading unless we missed somebody. Let us know if we missed you, your request. But this is for Miss Genevieve. And please join us on Saturday for Valerie Bradshaw from Illumination Portal to talk about the new moon. Like I said, I think she's going to have something to say about Sedna, which was interesting because it didn't even come up in the card in our research to talk
Mhm.
about Sedna until I had to go dig deep a little bit deeper. Oh, I love it.
Okay. Do you want to go first? Go ahead. Or I can.
Go ahead.
Okay. The first card I got was appreciation. And what they're saying is choose gratitude. Look at what you got and be thankful for what you have and let go of those. This is the life experiences. Let go of those things that don't serve you, that are in your way. They don't work for you anymore. And it's important because they're life changing. And the reason it's important is because they can cause conflict and defeat. So you really need to get rid of those because they're gonna mess things up for you if you don't. And don't be afraid of partnerships and alliances with others, which you'll find much easier once you get rid of those things that are not working for you. Like I said, get rid of those; they can cause a lot of trouble. What you want is the partnerships and alliances and working with other people. So there are some things you need to get rid of, and they're saying you've got to get rid of those. So choose gratitude.
Choose gratitude always. Door of love will get to you. You can be our last. G. Covington, DNA. The first one I got was DNA and karma because our karma is held in our DNA. But your DNA is being upgraded as we speak, as all of ours are, with this bombardment of light from the central sun that's coming from our sun at this point. All these solar flares are releasing energy, light, and information for our bodies, for the collective. And your body, your DNA is being upgraded by this council of light who's behind you. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. Be sure and ask for help for anything that you need help with right now, because these light workers, this council of light is behind you and working with you. And then Miss Isis comes up, one of my favorite goddesses, if not my favorite goddess. She says, balance your home and work life. It's really important to pay attention to both and keep a good balance in both, because this is the time of balancing between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And that's why we're in this asteroid belt right now, bringing forth this divine feminine. And who is more divine feminine than Isis? Yet she knew how to balance her career with her home life. So all I can say is you got some helpers out here. And be sure and call on Isis if you're having any issues with that kind of balance. But know that you're being upgraded and the light workers are with you. And
Get rid of that old stuff so it stops interfering with you.
yeah. Okay, we have one last question. Door of Love. Hi, thank you for being here. Sorry about the motorcycle. What should I focus on, money or my goals and dreams? What does the universe want? They want you to follow your dreams.
Yeah.
Money is secondary as far as the universe. We all need it to live and survive on.
If you follow your dreams, the money is going to be there, what you need.
Yeah.
It may not be super overabundance, but you'll have what you need if you follow your dreams.
Okay. I'm pulling cards for this just to see what I get.
Yeah, I was going to, but
the universe doesn't give a damn about money. You guys, you know, the universe doesn't care. The universe wants us to experience and to enjoy and to experience our bliss. And when you're following your bliss, you're going to have the money to do whatever it is you want to do. You just have to keep that in mind. And I just pulled one card on that, and it's focus. Crystals. Focus. If you've got crystals, work with the crystals to help you focus on what it is you truly want. The universe isn't going to tell you what you want. You have to figure that out yourself. And They want you to. They want you to figure it out, and they want you to go with your dreams.
Yeah.
Follow your dreams.
Show me yes.
Are you pendulum-ing?
Uh-huh. Show me no.
Hi,
Did
Perrette.
she go for her dreams?
Yes, Dora Love, we are talking about you.
Yes. You should go for your dreams.
Okay. Thanks for that. Was a great question. I hope it makes sense. Well,
And
everybody, thank you for being here today. I'm sorry, did you have something else?
I was going to say, when I was looking at the cards, they're all looking at the delays being over and staying grounded and being at the garden gate, which means you can go on out and keep doing things if you want, or you can just stay where you are. It's a really nice garden. But it's talking about abundant prosperity. So you need to go with your dreams.
Go with your dreams always.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you guys for being here today. We
Yes.
so appreciate you. We love and honor each and every one of you in the path that you're on. It's not easy in this lifetime. These can be very challenging.
Yes, it can be a rocky
Just
road.
remember to do it from your heart, your soul, whatever it is you're out there doing. Spread your love. And come see us on Saturday with Valerie, and we're going to talk about the new moon. And then Monday, we have the Wisdom Circle with Jean talking about auras. And then next Tuesday, we're going to talk about giving away your power and how to get it back.
And I was going to pull a card for the collective, but 3 flew out. And
All
you'll
right.
have them. The first one says, start today with what you're doing. Conquering your fear, start today. And for the passion, the love of life. So love what you're doing. Make sure that what you're doing is love. The other thing is answer the call to be a leader. You guys are so much farther along than some others. They need your help. So answer the call to be a leader.
That's nice. That's
Mhm.
very good. Because we are all leaders in this ascension program. We are the front runners. We're the ones that are here to lead in whatever way is possible for each one of us on an individual basis. It's different for everybody.
Yeah, as
You
I say,
just really need to listen to your own heart, your own soul, and where it guides you. No one can tell you what the right path is.
and you lead one person at a time.
Exactly. Lead with yourself and your heart and your soul. And thank you so much for being here today. We will see you on Saturday, hopefully, and Monday and Tuesday next week.
Yeah.
Till then, have a great rest of your week and a fantastic weekend.
Right.
And we'll see you next time.